Hey folks, in this video we're going to go over how item insurance works in Escape from Tarkov, as well as some tips and tricks to help you get the most out of this very useful system. Before heading into a raid on your PMC character, you can insure any non-consumable item from either Prapper or Therapist. What I mean by consumable is you can't insure things like food, ammo, grenades, meds. Actually, you can see here on the left, everything that's highlighted rather than grayed out as something that I could insure. All these grayed out items, the medical items, the grenades, the ammo, my water here, some of these medical items in my gamma container cannot be insured. You'll get back anything else that another player does not extract with. Now keep in mind I did say extract, so if another player takes your gear and then later dies within the same raid that your character died in, you'll still get back the items they picked up. You can insure items individually by clicking on them, and they'll be highlighted in orange. You'll see them appear in the list here if they're about to become insured. Now you notice when I clicked on the helmet here, it's showing the helmet and the face shield separately. See, they both come up when we click the helmet. If you don't want to insure, say, the face shield, you could actually right click to deselect that. Although I'm not necessarily sure why you would, but just know that it's an option. Same thing with the gun. If you click the gun here, now you see the MP153 shotgun shows up, and then all the mods that are attached to it, everything, the barrel, the choke, the stock, the little sight that's on it are all showing up to be insured. You can deselect as you see fit. You see the costs here on the right. Now the quick way to do it is actually just to hit, if you hit the insure all thing here, it'll just select everything on your PMC that you could insure. Now keep in mind it will select things like keys and like this sick case here that I have in my gamma container. Now obviously I'm never going to take this out of my safety container, so there's no risk of losing it. But I actually do click insure all the time and just let it insure these two. And I call that paying the lazy tax, which is just, now that it's insured once, it'll just stay that way forever because I'm never going to drop it. And insured items stay insured raid after raid. So if you survive with this kit, for example, you don't have to pay to insure it for an additional raid. It'll just stay highlighted in orange even when it's in your stash. Now the cost to insure depends on who you insure with. So by default, the game is having us select Prapper. He's the cheapest option. It's going to cost me $7,600 to insure this entire kit. If we hit the drop down menu and switch to Therapist, who is our only other option, we go up to about 19,000 rubles. So it costs quite a bit more. But the difference is the return time. So you can see here, Therapist, the return time is 10 to 20 hours. That's after the raid that we died in ends. Whereas with Prapper, it's actually more like an entire day, so 20 to almost 30 hours. The only advantage to insuring with Therapist, in my opinion, is really just that it's kind of a luxury. If you have the extra money and you play the game a lot and you just want your items back sooner, that's about what it's good for. For the most part, I would recommend, especially if you're new, to just insure everything with Prapper. And also if you're a more casual player who only gets to play Tarkov like once or twice a week, it actually might benefit you more to insure with him and wait a little longer for your items, because when you receive an insurance return back, it'll come in the form of a message at the bottom right hand corner of your screen in this little messenger, and you'll have 72 hours to collect it, 72 real-time hours to collect it. So if you don't get to log on that much, it might actually kind of benefit you to have your items come back about a half a day later, because that'll essentially give you about 4 to 4.5 days from the time that you died to come back into the game and collect your lost items. Now, the other thing I want to show on this page before we move on is there's actually a second tab at the top. If you hit insured, it'll show you everything that you've already paid to insure and the trader that you did it with. So as you can see, I've got 102 items already insured with Prapper. Now you'll see there's a bunch of keys in here that I paid the quote-unquote lazy tax on. There's a bunch of gun attachments. These are probably guns that I still have in my stash that I maybe got through a raid or two with and then decided to move into a different kit. But it's just nice to know that you have the option of seeing what's already insured. If you do come back to this screen and you're wearing something that's already insured, when you hit insure all, he just won't select it, like it'll already be orange, so you'll never end up paying twice. Whenever you're happy with your insurance selection, just hit the insure button. It'll ask if you're sure. Yes. Boom, you hear that little noise. We just paid $7 grand, and now we have the little orange shield on all these. So this icon will show up at the bottom right corner even when I'm in my stash. These items are just insured, forever until I lose them and someone else takes them. Let's talk a little bit about insurance fraud and Escape from Tarkov. If you kill another PMC or even a scav who has something that's the same or better than what you're wearing, such as a better helmet, armor, chest rig, or backpack, consider throwing your insured items into a bush or hiding spot and using theirs for the remainder of the raid. This way, if you die, you'll still get your old item back that you hid away somewhere, and the one you're losing wasn't exactly yours to begin with anyway. And hey, if you get out, you get to keep your new gear for another run, and you'll still get your old stuff back anyway. It's partly for this reason that I recommend insuring your entire kit for every single raid. Not only does this open up these fraud opportunities for collecting additional gear, but the sell price of anything that comes back is higher than the cost to insure it. So even receiving items back that you don't want is still going to yield some extra profit to help your personal economy. Now, if you find yourself in danger of going MIA, which is what happens when the raid timer reaches 0 and you haven't extracted yet, you actually won't get your insurance items back that are still on you, as Prapper or Therapist will tell you that they just couldn't find you. If you're in a raid that's about to expire, consider tossing all your insured stuff onto the ground to at least make sure you get it back. Speaking of Prapper or Therapist not being able to find you, if you die in the Labs map, you'll get a similar message from them because Labs is supposed to be a late game map that is very difficult to find. So in other words, you will not get back any insured items from Labs, so don't bother insuring anything before you go into that map to save yourself some money. That's it, you're an insurance god now. Get out there and lose some gear in style, fraud what you can, sell the extra stuff back that you don't need anymore, and I think you'll find the system to be quite helpful and profitable overall. If you found this guide helpful, leaving a like or comment helps a lot, and if you're interested in more Escape from Tarkov guides, consider subscribing and checking out all the other great resources on this channel. Good luck and stay safe out there.